I was a normal kid, besides the fact that I was always able to do whatever I wanted, whenever I wanted. My dad, he always blessed me with the opportunity to be able to do about anything I wanted to do. I chose rodeo, which was a shock to him. But of course he supported me, and he got me set up with some guys that got me headed down the right road. And just like in life, you learn things, and I grew up knowing that about drugs and things like that, but I had no idea how they can take a hold to you and how they can control your life. But it started out, of course I had rodeoing and just always being gone. I started out doing speed. The problem was, though, is I started doing speed, and at the same token, I was traveling by myself. It got bad. It got bad. I did almost everything on my own. I know every person that's out there that's on this right now that is really the way I was, controlled by it. Right now they're saying there ain't no way out, because I felt the exact same way. There isn't any way out. So you just keep going deeper and deeper and deeper. And the stuff that chemical does to your mind is unbelievable. I ran everybody off away from me. I ran my wife off. This is when we were dating, of course. The general public had not caught on that I was controlled and addicted to this substance, and they had no idea. When I got out of bed in the morning, I was either snorting a line, or I was smoking that pipe, or I was doing whatever I had to do to get up and get my energy going, because like I say, I'd gotten dependent upon it. Me and my wife got in an argument, of course, because I was being a jack like I normally am all the time, When she left the house, she'd gotten into it. She was crying and she was upset with me, and she, just kind of was driving and just was crying so heavily, she kind of ran off we're right there in a little neighborhood, so she was maybe going 5 or 10 miles an hour, but hit a neighbor's fence, and, she's upset and just hysterical, of course. And cops were called, and I said, well, I'm getting out of here. I'm going to the ranch. She's so hysterical, they're liable to arrest me, and I don't know. I'm getting out of here. So I remember sitting down. I was sitting down down the nestle of trees in my pickup, and I look up on top of the hill, and I could see them coming. So I was really upset when these guys pulled up, and they said, Chris, and one of these officers was a friend of mine. He says, Chris, put your hands behind your back. And I said, I'm not putting my hands behind my back. And he reached for me, and I went ahead and just put him to the ground, and I put his partner to the ground. I was pretty upset. I get escorted from the ground there I'm at to the officer's pickup truck that come over the property. But anyways, this officer, he gets on the road, and he's headed to the police department. I don't think I need to go to the police station. As he drives past the ranch, I realize I'm really going to the police station, so I just reach over and stick my feet in the steering wheel and steer the truck into a tree at 60 miles an hour. That was the stupidest, dumbest, best thing I ever did in my life. I was gonna be dead. If I didn't do that stupid thing I did that day, I'd be dead. I'm spiritually bankrupt. There is no God in me whatsoever. I'm not a part of God's world. I didn't think I was a part of God's world, I should say, but He was there the whole time. They closed the doors on me, and the heart started beating fast. I remember that. And then I had this old boy. He's a guard. He kept walking by me and kept looking at me and shaking his head. He finally said, "You Chris Harris?" And I said, "Yes, sir." Next day, he walked in, and he said, "Chris, I got something you need here." He hands me this daily bread. I just flipped to a page, and the first page I flipped to is a picture of Todd Pierce and his son holding a lamb. In 2001, Todd Pierce and me tried to travel together. I tested Todd's faith like no other. And then I look at the picture a little bit deeper, and I sit and I see a picture of, Todd and his son, but now I see the lamb. And it affects me different. And I had faith that was his sign. He was telling me, "You're a lamb, and we're going to watch over you. You're all right. Everything's going to be fine." And then I start crying. And I start crying like a baby. That was the first time I'd talked to God, and really talked to God, not asked Him for something, just talked to Him. I remember exactly what I said. I said, God, I'll do my best to be the best man I can if you can help me become a better person out of this situation. As long as I have faith, everything will be all right. That's what this whole deal come down to. When this was the last straw. It was a faith deal. Either you're gonna find God, you're gonna find yourself again, and you're gonna live, or you're gonna die. You got one choice. You choose it.